Hi all, just a quick one today while there's plenty of light in the garage. I've done some rearranging of the train room just to make it a bit easier for me to get around. It was starting to be a little bit unkempt, I suppose you'd say. And I've also done some weathering of the tracks, or the start of the process of weathering the tracks that I wanted to show you. So just a very quick update, as I say, and just to show you those couple of things. Enjoy. Well, this is the train room, or the garage. Some of you probably know it's a three bay garage, and I'm sort of taking up one of the bays with the layout. I've just put this unit here, which is just sort of a handy fold-down desk area, which my grandfather actually made many years ago, which is why I've sort of held on to it. It's a useful piece of furniture, this one. And I've got the cupboards there with my gear in there. So a couple of old school sort of cabinets which still serve a purpose. And so I put that over there, and I've got plenty of storage space underneath the layout as well. So I've tucked a few things under there, including my very full bin, which I need to empty in one of the buildings that I accidentally crushed the other day. I've got to make a new one. And I put a little shelving unit here, which has most of my scenery gear on it at the moment, which isn't actually a lot. And I'm just about to get some more scenery gear so I can continue some extra work here. So I'll show you the tracks. This is what I've done here. I've seen a couple of you lately sort of spraying the tracks, which I've seen sort of from time to time anyway, just to gritty them up a little bit, get rid of those black tyres and make them look a little bit more weathered, I suppose. This is the first start of the process where I have sprayed the tracks, and there'll be some extra, when I finally get an airbrush set up, there'll be some extra detailing and of course around the edge of the track. So I've got to put foliage and things like that. That's some of the scenic gear I've got to get. But for the most part, initially, it actually makes a big difference, probably more so to the naked eye than the camera, unfortunately. But I can show you an example, and I hope it comes up on camera, of the difference here that we have the weather track, or the spray track here. I was very careful over the points. The spray track here versus the non-sprayed along here. You can see where the line is basically here, which stops where the spray is, and then it's just very grey ballast after that, which the grey ballast is fine, but I just sort of think that with so much green that I have on my layout, it's just the way that I've opted to go with all the greenery and the scenery and things like that. The dulling down of the tracks, or the bright ballast, actually helps with some of that already bright scenery, I think. I've temporarily put, and I've used this Velcro or hook and loop self-adhesive stuff to Velcro that retaining wall on. That was just a test retaining wall, I suppose you'd say. Onto my new area there, and you can see there, that's a perfect example. Actually, that ballast isn't glued down at the moment because I ran out of ballast, so I've got to fix all that up next week. But I have sprayed all this area here, and it actually comes up quite well, quite weathered. And I've just Velcroed that retaining wall on just to see how it looked, and I love the Scale Scenes retaining wall. I've got that little bit up there, as you know. But I'm actually going to get another Scale Scene retaining wall, one of the arches, in grey brick, I think. I'm going to put grey brick along there. And I'm thinking along here I might actually put grey brick retaining wall along this section here, just to watch the trains go in front of that. It's my idea at the moment. It'll probably change by next week, but I'll give that a shot. I'll show you what I used to weather the track. This is the stuff, believe it or not. I was in the hardware store the other day. I was looking for something else, and I just stumbled by this here. It was actually the day after I saw Dave's video with him spraying his tracks, and it was nowhere near a modelling store, and I thought, you know what, this stuff might actually do the trick. It's a satin enamel, it's a kill rust, so I guess bonus is my tracks will never rust. Not that they do nowadays anyway, of course, but and actually the irony is I'll probably go along later and make it look like the tracks have all rusted. So but this is just a satin enamel, as I say. It's a lovely light brown colour, similar to the modelling sprays that you can get, and seems to have sort of done the trick. So, and this was actually, it's for the size of the spray, it's actually quite a cheap spray. So it could well be for people a good cheaper alternative for spraying the track. I have shown you this already, but I'll show it to you again anyway, just quickly. So along this area here, I had an old lookout area here, which I've got to just finish up now that I've put the back scene on. So, but I thought, well, I've got really no space for scenery, so I'll put a back scene on there, and it actually looks quite effective. I think it gives that area, which obviously was flat behind it with the board, some real sort of depth there. And I thought, you know, if I put a couple of kids playing and some junk and rubbish around here, and obviously the illustrated fence is fencing that area off, and it come up quite well. And then of course in the cutting here, and the train goes past all this fascia board, I've decided I am going to paint black at this stage. Again, that idea might change by next week, but that's where I'm at the moment, so I will get that done. Along here, these are extra bits that I don't know what I'm going to do with here. They're different brightnesses, they're different. I just put them there to fill in a spot. I'm pretty sure they're going to be scenic over once I put the tunnel portal here for the 2 tracks. But at the moment, I've just put those ones there. If you can see across, and I will try and zoom in, it might go grainy, so I apologise for that. You've seen this back scene here. That goes across. I've added in some of the city scene along here. I've sort of cut and spliced the background there. Cut that tree across there to cover the buildings going into the next sort of country scene, and that continues around. And I'll show you what I've done over in the corner there. As a bit of an illusion, I've cut out the village area, sorry, from one of the sheets, and I've put another sheet behind it which has the mountain area. So as you can see, all I've done is I've just used the thickness of the paper and just curved it around, because the scene is sort of a curved perspective scene anyway, I guess you'd say, or a distant perspective scene. So with it curved around, it seems to have a sort of good effect of, it's much more of a 3D effect. It's just something that I thought I'd give it a shot. Seems to have worked so far, so I'll keep that there. And then I have more background going along here. Again, this will be different because there'll be a tunnel portal there, there'll be a tunnel portal there. At the moment, the trains are having to bash into mountains to get through. So that's coming along. That is coming along. That there, you can see there's an overlap there. I'll fix that stuff up later. That's just minor details. Not a big deal anyway, as long as the main effect's there. And so a bit done, and certainly a lot to be done as always, but that's the fun of it. And I'll get some more scenic materials next week. And in the meantime, please feel free to subscribe or leave your comments as usual. And it'll be great to hear from you all. And enjoy the rest of your days today, whether it is morning or night or afternoon or whatever. Have fun, and I'll catch up with you all soon. Cheers.